Hi guys, Chris here, and you're watching Here We Are Running, and welcome back to the vlog for another week of training as I train for my first 50 miler, the North Downs Way 50, happening in May. And today I'm taking you out right at the beginning of the week. It's Tuesday. I've come here, the weather's much better this week by the way, so I've come out early before work. I've come to Gatton Park where I'm going to do loops. It's 3 kilometers for each loop. A big climb up to Reigate Hill and then a more gentle descent back around to here. We're going to do that at least 3 times, 4 if we're lucky. Let's get on with it. Okay, we just started the first climb up Reigate Hill. That's the first climb done. Now the descent. Morning. It's so beautiful out here this morning. I really do hope the GoPro is picking out the beauty of it all out on these trails. The sun's coming up now. Approaching the end of loop 1. That'll be the first 3k done, and then we go all again. For this next loop I'll put the camera onto a time lapse so that you get to see the whole of it. Right, loop 2 done. I did a time lapse there. Not sure how that would have turned out. So if you didn't see it, it's because the camera wasn't set up correctly. But we ran loop 2. We are now on loop 3, which I think is going to be the final loop for today, just because I'm running out of time before I need to get ready and go to work. Go to work? Go to the garden to work. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this today. It's so nice. It's milder. It's just the sun's risen as I've been out here, just bringing out the beauty of the countryside. Oh, it's fantastic. This is why we run, guys. Morning. Just passing you right. Thank you. Right, final slog up this hill. We'll get there. And once we got to the top, we've got a nice 2 kilometer decline back round until we finish the run. we are, whoop, there we go. We are at the top, guys. Oh, so nice descent now, and oh, what a lovely way to start the week. It's still muddy out here on the trails, don't get me wrong, but the worst bits of mud have dried up a little bit, and hopefully that continues as we are due a dry week for a change. Whoa. Anyway, see you later on in the week. Right, welcome to the Saturday long run. I'm back on the North Downs Way for this one. I was here a couple of weeks ago. It looked very different to how it does today. Do you remember that? All the snow, the ice, the ground was completely frozen. Well, today I've still got my trail shoes on. I was debating it, to be honest, because it's dried up a lot here, but there are patches of quite thick mud in places. But generally it's pretty dry, much more pleasant to run it today. And the sun's out, the shades are on, and we're going to have a bit of exploring during this run. We're going further along the North Downs Way east in this direction than I've been before, just to get familiar with the course and just see how it goes.
Right, before we continue with that long run, I just wanted to let you know about the results of the poll that we ran last week, where we were talking about miles or kilometres. As a runner, which do you work in? Slightly flawed, because I didn't think anyone actually would do a combination of the two, and some of you did. So I'll come on to that in a minute. But on the poll alone that we did, 54% worked in kilometres and 46% in miles. But if I add on to that the people that also commented whether they worked in kilometres and miles, or did they work in a combination of the two, or even able to convert from one to the other mid-run. Don't know how you do that, but some people did. So the final results, adding all of that to the poll results, we had a total of 273 people voted, with 16 saying that they could do some sort of combination between the two. 124 people went for miles, and 133 people went for kilometres. So kilometres comes out top, but miles isn't far behind. I'll take that on board. I will make sure that I continue to convert when I'm doing my kind of weekly roundups, and you can see the conversion on the screen, because of course I do work in kilometres, but I appreciate that a large number of you watching this operate in miles. So it will be up on the screen converted for you when I'm going through it. Okay, back to that long run.
Right, 12 kilometres in now. We passed Gatton viewpoint that you've seen on many of my videos before. So we're not actually in new territory yet. I have once run along here before, but we will soon be getting to the furthest point I've ever gone on this trail before. And we're on another climb. It's only a short climb, this one, I think. And you'll notice that I am walking the climbs today. And the good thing about the climbs is there's always a good view from the top. Look at that. Right, well, I better update you on my training from this week. You saw the start of the week where I went out and did those loops of Gatton Park. And in that Tuesday evening, I was on Zwift, did the Pack Social 5K, tagged a couple of kilometres onto that to up the distance a little bit. And then Wednesday morning, as I've always been doing for the last few weeks, I did another event on Zwift in Bologna. And that's a hill climbing event, certainly for the last 2 to 3K anyway. I'm going to miss that one because when the schools go back, not going to be able to take part in that anymore. I'd be doing the school run instead, but it's always school holidays, I suppose. And then I went out Wednesday lunchtime and just did a pavements type run. That was quite pleasant. Now we know on the North Downs Way you have to climb up a lot of steps, but here we're actually climbing down some very steep steps. But when I come back home today, I'm going to be coming up this way. Okay, on Thursday, as some of you will have seen, we did a live stream with Dan Runs in the evening. That was good fun, and thanks for everyone that's tuned in for that, talking about our training for the North Downs Way 50, and lots of you interacting on the chat was just great to see. Well, because I was preparing for that, and I couldn't really do a run later that evening on Thursday, so straight after work, got on the treadmill, ran 10k. It was, to be honest, a boring run. Even though it was on Zwift, it was boring because it wasn't in an event. I really do like the Zwift events, but just running in Zwift on my own, I don't find particularly interesting anymore. And then on Friday, I wasn't going to waste the opportunity. The weather's been so good. I got myself up early, out the door shortly after 7, for a course that I'd already mapped out, taking in 2 big climbs. And yeah, because this week has all been about elevation, and the reason we're focusing on elevation this week, and we'll continue to during the training, is because in the actual race itself there is a lot of elevation. And I'm heading up one of the climbs now on Friday morning. This is the climb up to the top of Collie Hill before you get to Reigate Hill, and on race day we won't even be trying to run this, we'll just be walking the hills, the steep ones, the big climbs like this. But today it's about a 12k run. We're running it the best we can. And that takes us on to today. So before today's run, I had done 59 kilometers this week already. Another climb. This section I'm on now is really nice and pretty flat. Nice in these weather conditions, but very open. Come May, if it's a warm day, it will be very exposed to the sun here. So something definitely I've learned today, that's going to need to prepare for that outcome as well. Right, 17.5 kilometers into this run. It's taken me 2 hours to get here. I'm going to do a turnabout, head on back. It won't be quite so long. I'll take a slightly different route for part of it on the way back, so it won't be quite as long. I will put up on the screen now so you can see how long this run turned into and how much elevation there was. I'd say quite a bit of elevation in this run. And if my legs are up for it tomorrow, I am going to do the Ven Top 10k on Zwift. Now that is the biggest climb event that you can do on Zwift, so again, more elevation if my legs will hold up for that. Again, put it up on the screen now so that you can see whether I did or didn't do that run. And yeah, well, total distance for this week, I think it's going to be over 100k again, up on the screen, along with total elevation. If that total elevation is anywhere near 1700 meters, I'll be really happy, because 1700 meters is the kind of magic number for the actual race itself. So I'd like to get my weekly elevation up to what the elevation for the race will be. Anyway guys, you've seen it all, including what's actually going to happen tomorrow. Thanks again for watching the video. Thanks for staying to the end. Do give it a thumbs up, give the video a like, and if you've watched all of this video, you must want to subscribe to this channel. So if you're new, hit the subscribe button. I'll be much appreciated. But guys, I shall see you next week. Goodbye.